when I was a little girl, I always used to look at pictures of Disney princesses and think, oh, they're so beautiful, look how massive their eyes are. They've got these kind of like really huge eyes that take up almost half of their faces. They look incredible. And so going with it, I have picked up a few tips and tricks along the way, which will hopefully give you a kind of more wide-eyed look, make your eyes look a little bit bigger. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I have some makeup on at the moment, as you can probably tell. I've got my base on, a bit of a lip and brow, but I've purposefully left my eyes clear of makeup. So what I thought we'd do was to do only one eye, so that you'll see the difference between the two and you can see kind of how much bigger we can actually make them, which would be quite fun. So let's do it. I think I'm going to work on this side. So the first thing that I think really helps when it comes to making your eyes look bigger is to curl your eyelashes. I always use these fluttery-er lash curlers, which I don't know if you can still get them anymore. I don't think you can, but there are lots of good ones out there. I think it does make a difference, the type of curlers that you go for. I've got some really cheap ones somewhere as well, but they just don't really do anything. I think these ones are great, and you can see like I'm curling my lashes, lashes on one side a few times, and that's so that you don't get that kind of tick shape in the lash. It just kind of gives a gentle curl when you move the lash curlers along. So that's what I'm doing. You should be able to see already a little bit of a difference just from having curled that side. Do it one more time for good measure. You can also heat your lash curlers, but obviously you have to be very careful because anything that's hot that's going near your eye, you have to be really careful. So you can just hold the hairdryer on them for a few seconds and then wait a minute, test it on the back of your hand, and then just when it's warm you can curl your eyelashes, and that will help the curl to hold for longer as well, which is good. So that's tip number one. It's worth noting as well that I have primed my eyelids and set them with a little bit of powder, and that's because I get really greasy eyelids, so I like to do that whatever kind of type of makeup I'm doing, to be honest. And even if I'm not putting eyeshadow on, I'll often do that because it's a good way to cancel out any redness or blueness that you've got on the eyelid. So that's a good tip as well. The next tip is to make your eye look bigger by using a nude liner on the inside part of your eye. And the reason that I would go for a nude rather than a white, which I have here, this one's by Collection 2000, the nudie one's by NYX. And the reason that I wouldn't do white in this case is because it doesn't always look the most natural. Nude is closer to what is actually inside that part of your eye. So it does tend to, it just gives a bit of brightness, but it doesn't look like, oh my god, I'm trying to create a whole new eye. So what we might actually do with this video is to do it in stages. So I'll show you first a sort of really natural way of doing it, and then we'll really pump it up so you can see how almost like cartoonish you can go with it. I'm just lining the inside part of my eye. Really give it a good coating, so you can kind of see there the difference between the two already. Take it right into the corner, each corner. You see that? So that's the nudie liner. And yeah, as I said, this one's from NYX. It's really cheap, it's really good, so it does last really well. So that's the liner part. And then another good tip, I think just generally for making your eyes look bigger, especially if you've got hooded eyes like I do, is to try and define your sockets a little bit as well. So you kind of get that kind of pop. So you can see, like, my eyes are hooded, so it's kind of limited what I can achieve. But I like to take a kind of mid-tone brown, so probably something like that one. Or actually that's a bit dark, maybe this one, on a little brush. This one's by Glossy Makeup, which I love. Just tap away the excess. And then you see where I've got that sort of dark part there on my socket? I just take it into that part and a little bit higher on that side. So you're always kind of creating your new crease, but you can see that the colour I'm using, that sort of grey browny colour, is really close to the natural colour of that shadow anyway. So it's not going to look too crazy. You can already see a little bit of a difference there, but it is going to give a bit more definition. Sorry, I keep sniffing. My hay fever's really bad today. Just blend that in. And then I'm going to take a little bit more just on the outer edge of the eye. Again, just to kind of give a bit more shape. It's nice to sort of take it into the, depends on the shape of your eye, but I really like it when you take it into the corner here as well, the inner corner. Because it just tends to look a little bit more natural. There. So you can see the difference there as well. So it's starting to look a little bit bigger. That's not funny, I don't know where I'm laughing at that. Sorry, another tip for that, creating that kind of contoury colour, is that you can also use your bronzer. So I bronzed my face today with this butter bronzer by Physicians Formula, and you can also take a bit of that onto a brush, and you could use that to sort of deepen that crease, maybe just at the outer edge, because you don't want it to look too obvious. Quite hard to see. It smells so nice, this bronzer. It smells like coconut. It's quite a lot, but I really like that smell, so I don't really mind. There you go, so I've just sort of defined that socket a little bit more using the bronzer. Great, now it's mascara time, and obviously this is where the drama comes. I really like the Ciate Wonder Wand mascara for like a really big, thick, juicy lash. So let's do that next. Now if I was using a different type of mascara, I would sometimes use a lash primer, but this one's great because it just gets the job done really quickly. You don't really need anything else with it. I do always keep a Q-tip to hand when I use this mascara because it can sometimes transfer when because it's got such a whopper of a brush, it can sometimes transfer onto my eyelid. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. I'm kind of struggling not to put it on the other side. Just habit, isn't it? So I'm really kind of getting to the root of the lash and pulling it through. So every single lash is coated and separated. I personally don't mind a clump. I like a clump. So I'm not worrying too much about that. So this is where you start to really see the difference, I think, between the two. And I'm also going to do the lower lashes, which for some reason I have to open my mouth to do this part. I don't know why. It's really hard to do it with your mouth closed. And the reason that you do the nude liner inside the eye before mascara is because sometimes it can transfer onto the lash. So obviously if you put the inner liner on first and then use your mascara, the mascara hides any kind of nudeness on the lower lashes. So that's good. And with the lower lashes, I do tend to just kind of pull the wand through vertically as opposed to sort of the wiggling that you do on the top lash. Just FYI. And then maybe a bit more for good measure. This is where clumping is a real danger, but as I said, I don't mind a clump. I'm going to pop on a false lash as well, just for the full drama in a minute. So there we are, that's the kind of basic, you haven't got that much time in the morning, but you want to look more wide awake. You can really see the difference, like this poor little baby, like, looks so small compared to this side, which is looking nice. So, there we are. Cool. that's that side. Then I am going to line my eye with this L-I-E, no, nice one, Lady Gaga. It's by House Labs, and it's got this really nice kind of felt tip, which makes for really easy application. I really like it. So to do this, I'm just going really close to the base of my lashes, I'm just sort of dotting it along. And I'm trying to almost make it look like it's not a line. It's just very slightly defining my my lashes even more than the mascara did. So it's like the teeniest, tiniest line. Comme ça. So it's just giving a bit more definition. And I like to then open my eye and then get right into this corner, which tickles and feels weird. I hate it. And then you just do any tidying up that you need to do. And there we are. Will I do a flick? Might as well do a flick. So to do the flick on this side, I find it really easy with this liner. You just angle it towards the end of your eyebrow, and then you literally just stamp it on, and then connect the line to the line that you already created. Isn't it? It's quite sharp. But what you can do is use a Q-tip, and I'm sorry this is gross, but this is what I do. I just lick it, and then I use that slightly damp Q-tip to tidy up my line. Obviously, I don't do this on my clients. I do use a little bit of micellar water, but it's over there, and I can't be bothered to get up, so that's why So we're looking quite big on this side now, and quite teeny on this side. And then obviously lashes are a very genius way to open up the eye. Oh, actually before we do that though, I'm going to use my highlighting palette by Milani. I'm going to use a kind of combo of this one and this one together. I'm just going to pop that into that inner corner just for a bit of extra highlight. This is a good tip just for kind of making the eye pop and stand out. It's a good highlighter as well actually. There. And you can put a tiny bit up here as well, under the brow. Again, it's just a good way to kind of draw attention to the eyes. And then it's lash time. So I'm going to use Monique. This one looks a bit squiffy, sorry, it's because I've already taken it out of the box. And they're Huda Beauty lashes. Don't forget to give them a little bit of a wiggle as well. That's a really good tip for false lashes. Just sort of, you have to kind of break the lash band a little bit to make it curve with your eye. Now you grab your tweezers, mine are obviously leopard print because everything in my life is leopard print. Grab them in the sort of centre of the lash. Sorry, you can't really see that. Comme ça. And then looking down into your mirror, you literally just aim for the middle of your eye. That's the best tip I've found. And squish it close to the lash band. And then tuck in that middle inner corner. And then tuck in the outer corner. My eyes are watering for some reason. Yeah, so that's, and then just kind of check everything's connected. Bloody black lash glue is a nightmare. And then just kind of give them a little pat. And then what I like to do is use the end of the tweezers, so not the pointy bits but the flat bit, to just push up. Oh my god, my eyes are watering like crazy. I think it's hay fever. And then, yeah, so they should kind of sit as one. And then what I do also like to do is use my fingers just to pinch them together, pinch the fake lash and the real lash together, just so they really kind of look like they're part of the same set, even though you know differently. Then I'm going to use my black liner again, just to tidy up this inner portion here, see where it looks like it's not connected. So you want it to all feel like it's real. I don't know what it is about this corner, it's just really ticklish here. So this is like your basic kind of, yeah, it's a big eye. But now we're going to take it up a notch. So we are actually going to switch the nude inner liner for a white one. I like to warm any kind of liner like this between my fingers a bit before using it, because it just makes it a lot softer to use. And I'm going to just go over the nude that we've got in there. And it's just going to brighten it up a bit more. And as I said, this is kind of, I think this trick is from the 60s. So yeah, you can see like my natural inner colour, like I haven't got anything inside my eye there, it's quite pinky. So the good thing about doing this is that it cancels anything out, and it obviously matches the colour of your eyeball. So that's why it makes your eye look bigger, because it looks like your eye comes down further. Got that black on the top, sorry, the black flick. And then with a brown shadow on an angled brush, so this is the brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of a dark brown, maybe this one here, and I'm going to go underneath that white in a line. So it's just kind of defining that white line. And you can do the same thing on the top of the socket as well. So using the same colour that I just used on the bottom, I'm just going to be a bit bolder with that. I'm going to use the brush that we used earlier just to blend it a bit more. So you can really see now that this one is looking much bigger than the other one. I'm going to take some of the lighter colour on this portion, just using the same brush because everything had gone from that brush that I used before. And I'm just going to match up the other side. So there we go. So that is my kind of small eye to sort of mid-natural eye to quite big eye. I think it works quite well. I like these techniques. I've been doing them for quite a few years now. So yeah, I wanted to share them with you and hope that you like them and that you give them a try, and let me know how you get on. And obviously, as always, if you've got any questions about skincare or beauty or anything really, you just drop me a message, drop me a DM and I'll reply to you. Yeah, so thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're doing, and take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!